Mute. There we go. Testing, testing. Okay, great. It's working. Okay, here we go. Welcome to day number 2 of Bible study with DJ Gabe. There we go. So, I got the Bible. So, we are going to open up to Matthew 5. And we are going to start with verse 13. And this might be extra long. We have lots of teachings from Jesus in this chapter. I was going to do a lesson per day, but they're like kind of short. So anyways, we'll go to the teaching about salt and light. Verse 13. You are the salt of the earth, but what good is salt if it has lost its flavor? Can you make it salty again? It will be thrown out and trampled underfoot as worthless. You are the light of the world, like a city on a hilltop that cannot be hidden. No one lights a lamp and then puts it under a blanket. Instead, a lamp is placed on a stand where it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your good deeds shine out for all to see, so that everyone will praise your heavenly Father. That was one of the teachings from Jesus. Yeah. So, does anybody know what that means? Well, so it kind of means that if you're the salt of the world, that means you're great for certain things. But then once your heart or your soul goes bad and you make bad decisions, then you lose most things. You lost what he's saying is you lost your flavor. And then Jesus is saying about you are the light of the world. Some people hide stuff, but you should not hide. You should go out and seek God. You should show other people how God has changed your life. Show how great God is. So let's go to the next teaching. Teaching about the law. Don't misunderstand why I have come. I did not come to abolish the law of Moses or the writings of the prophets. No, I came to accomplish their purpose. I tell you the truth, until heaven and earth disappear, not even the smallest detail of God's law will disappear until its purpose is achieved. So if you ignore the least commandment and teach others to do the same, you will be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But anyone who obeys God's laws and teaches them will be called great in the kingdom of heaven. But I warn you, unless your righteousness is better than the righteousness of the teachers of religious law and the Pharisees, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. So, it kind of says it right there. Basically, he's saying that if you teach it better than the teachers of the religious law and the Pharisees, then you cannot, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. Because you're supposed to, like, either be like a little, like, be behind them or be right with them and not go farther than them. Because if you go farther, then according to the Bible, Matthew 5 verse 20, Jesus says, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. So, teaching about anger. This one's kind of a long one, but here we go. You have heard that our ancestors were told, you must not murder. If you commit murder, you are subject to judgment. But I say, if you are even angry with someone, you are subject to judgment. If you call someone an idiot, you are in danger of being brought before the court. And if you curse someone, you are in danger of the fires of hell. So, if you are pretending, so if you are presenting a sacrifice at the altar in the temple, and you suddenly remember that someone has something against you, leave your sacrifice there at the altar. Go and be reconciled to that person. Then come and offer your sacrifice to God. When you are on the way to court with your adversary, settle your differences quickly. Otherwise, your accusers will may hand you over to the judge, who will hand you over to an officer. And you will be thrown in prison. And if that happens, you surely won't be free again until you have paid the last penny. Yes, murder is terrible, always. Thank you, Atlas, for saying that. Um, yeah, I mean, it's never good to murder somebody. It's horrible. Um, one of the commandments says, "Do not murder." So, yeah. Um, the third teaching. Um, all the teachings are so every single teaching that I will be going over with the titles of the teachings that Jesus said are in the description for today, and all the teachings for next week are also in the description. Okay, so here we go with the third. Yeah, wait, no, the fourth teaching. Teaching about adultery. It's horrible, to be honest. It's horrible, but I'll read it. You have heard the commandment that says, "You must not commit adultery." But I say, anyone who looks at a woman with lust has already committed adultery with her in his heart. So if your eye, even your good eye, even your good eye, causes you to lust, gouge it out and throw it away. It's better for you to lose one part of your body than for your whole body to be thrown into hell. And if your hand, even your strong hand, causes you to sin, cut it off and throw it away. It is better for you to lose one part of your body than for your whole body to be thrown into hell. Those are like, so he doesn't literally mean like, oh no, I'm being like lustful. He's not saying actually cut off your arm, cut off your hand, cut off any body part, gouge out your eyes. Because no, he's just saying that it's not good. So, forgiveness. Next teaching. Teaching about divorce. You have heard the law that says a man can divorce his wife, but merely giving her a written notice of divorce. But I say that a man who divorces his wife, unless she has been unfaithful, causes her to commit adultery, and anyone who marries a divorced woman also commits adultery. Yeah, pretty strong one there. Very short paragraph, but very strong. So he's saying that if you divorce somebody just for the fun of it and you get remarried, then you have committed adultery. But if you divorce somebody that's been unfaithful to you, then you have not committed adultery. Let's go to the next one. Teaching about vows. Like, oh no. Let's see what he's talking about. You have also heard that our ancestors were told, "You must not break your vows. You must carry out the vows you make to the Lord. But I say, do not make any vows. Do not say by heaven, because heaven is God's throne. And do not say by the earth, because the earth is his footstool. And do not say by Jerusalem, for Jerusalem is a city of the great king. Do not say by my hand, for you cannot turn one hair white or black. Just say a simple yes I will or no I won't. Anything beyond this is from the evil one. Very strong, very strong. So, he's saying right there that if you, all you need to say for like your wedding vows, all you have to say is yes I will, or yes, or no I won't, or no, because anything above that, anything beyond that, is from the devil, Satan, Lucifer. Teaching about revenge. I think everybody needs to hear this one. Like, everybody. Everybody needs to hear this one. You have heard the law that says the punishment must match the injury, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. But I say, do not resent an evil person. If somebody slaps you on the right cheek, offer them the other cheek also. If you get sued in court and your shirt is taken from you, give your coat too. If a soldier demands that you carry his gear for a mile, carry it 2 miles. Give those who ask, and don't turn away from those who want to borrow. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory right there. The whole that whole teaching says it. So let's go on to the teaching about love for enemies. You have heard the law that says love your neighbor and hate your enemy, but I say love your enemies. Pray for those who persecute you. In that way, you will be acting as true children of your Father in heaven, for he gives his sunlight to both the evil and the good, and he sends rain on the just and the unjust alike. If you love only those who love you, what reward is there for that? Even corrupt tax collectors do that much. If you are kind only to your friends, how are you different from anyone else? Even pagans do that. But you are to be perfect, even as your Father in heaven is perfect. So, love your enemies the same as you would love your neighbor. So basically what he's saying is treat others how you want to be treated. Don't have revenge on your enemies. Just like the teaching about revenge. Give to those who ask and don't turn away from those who want to borrow. Yeah. So that was all Matthew 5. Got it done in 19 minutes. Next week we'll go into Matthew 6, the teaching about giving to the needy, teaching about prayer and fastness, money and possessions. Give me a second. And then we go into Matthew 7. Do not judge others. The golden rule, the narrow gate, the tree and its fruit, true disciples. Ooh, I missed one. Effective prayer. Effective prayer. I did not put that down. I should probably fix that. Building on a solid foundation. Then Matthew 8 through Matthew 28 are just parables and stories that Jesus told to crowds and to certain people. But one thing that we will go into is probably Matthew 28, because we're going to just skip through a bunch of Matthew because their stories unless we want to go through we can go through the death of Jesus. Matthew 26. Matthew 26 is what we will go through after Matthew 6 and 7. We'll go straight to 26. 27 and 28, which talks about Jesus dying. 26 starts off with a plot to kill Jesus. Then Jesus anointed at Bethany. Judas agrees to betray Jesus. The Last Supper. Jesus predicts Peter's denial. Jesus prays in Gethsemane. Jesus is betrayed and arrested. Jesus before the council. Peter denies Jesus. Judas hangs himself. Jesus' trial before Pilate. The soldiers mock Jesus. The crucifixion. The death of Jesus. The burial of Jesus. The guard at the tomb. The resurrection. The report of the guard. And then the Great Commission. And then we go straight into Mark. Yeah. So later this week, Matthew 6 and 7. Thank you for being here. And remember, Jesus is coming back. Jesus is coming back. let's see. Oops. Let me fix something real quick. I gotta add something. So later this week, we'll go into Matthew 6, 7, 26, 27, and 28. So yeah. That's all for today. Check out my podcast. DJ Gabe News. So, yeah. New episode coming out tonight or tomorrow morning. I'll record it right after this. Then it'll be out either tonight or tomorrow morning. Because I'll send it off and then it takes a while for it to be. It just usually takes a while for it to be processed. So, yeah. So check out DJ Gabe News. And this is the end of Bible Study with DJ Gabe, Day 2, Matthew 5. You can watch the last one. That one is also about Matthew 5, but that one's just for the Beatitudes. This one is all the teachings that he has in chapter 5. So, yeah. Look out for the podcast tonight or tomorrow morning from DJ Gabe News. So, yeah. So, the link is in the chat and in the description. If it lets me. The link will be at the top of the description. There. So that's all that we have. Okay, that's all. This is DJ Gabe signing out, and have a great day, week, whenever you're watching this. Just have a great day. This is DJ Gabe signing out. Yeah, that's about it. This came from Iceland, so if you're wondering. Anyways, this is DJ Gabe signing out. Bye.